her colleague came out as a double agent. He killed her friends and took a job to kill innocent people for money.
The poisons are called an esterase.
Everything was fine for him until she came up with a plan to destroy every bit of his evil actions on that particular day. Welcome back to Paramount Recapped. I don't have many subscribers, but your single comment is a ray of hope to motivate me. It all kicks off in the Italian Alps, where MI6 is trying to nab Europe's most wanted arms dealer, Mulvaney. Agents Young and Parker head in to grab the guy, while Rachel Stone and Bailey are chilling in the van, trying to hack the security system. But there's a catch. Rachel can't crack the system because it's a local-only connection. I mean, really, who still uses local-only networks? Mulvaney must have missed the memo on modern tech. So what's the plan? Rachel's got to get close to someone already on the network, and guess who fits the bill? The head of security. This is where things get spicy. For the first time since joining MI6, Rachel actually has to leave the van and do some field work. Shocking, I know. All she needs is to be within 10 feet of the guy's phone. No problem, right? She hits the casino and starts playing blackjack, figuring that the head of security won't be able to resist watching her win. Reed lose terribly. When her team tells her to pull back, she just keeps pretending she doesn't know how the game works, like someone's dad tried to figure out TikTok. The head of security sticks around, giving her the perfect chance to hack his phone. Meanwhile, things are going sideways fast. Yang's got this tiny syringe meant for Mulvaney, but before she can use it, she gets stopped. So, what was supposed to be a sneaky little operation turns into an all-out brawl, with Mulvaney making a break for it. Luckily, Parker grabs him before he can get too far. Just when you think they've got everything under control, things take a turn for the worse. Their comms get all staticky, and a mysterious woman's voice cuts in. Rachel spots a woman at the bar, Kia, and instantly realizes she's the one messing with them. Mulvaney's crew is closing in, and the team's got to get out of there ASAP. In classic action movie fashion, Rachel fakes an injury in the snow, telling Yang to leave her behind. Once she's alone, she calls Jack from the charter group, because who doesn't have a secret spy group on speed dial? Using some futuristic contact lens tech, she scopes out the cable car, then does a full-on action hero move, sliding down snowy slopes, grabbing a parachute, and leaping off like she's auditioning for the next James Bond. After landing, she casually steals a bike and heads to the station like it's just another Tuesday. Rachel, Bailey, and Yang eventually meet up again, but things are looking rough. Mulvaney's crew is still after them, and one of them even pulls out a sniper. So what does Rachel do? She throws her bike at the guy. Yes, you heard that right. She takes her bike and chucks it at him. If that's not the most creative way to disarm a bad guy, I don't know what is. After that, she ducks behind a car and takes out the rest of Mulvaney's men like it's no big deal. Once the dust settles, Jack tells her to cover her tracks before her MI6 buddies show up. When Yang and Bailey arrive, they find Mulvaney's car, but no sign of his crew. Parker shows up with Mulvaney, who's passed out. But when they check him, it turns out the guy's dead cyanide. Guess Mulvaney really wasn't up for getting arrested. The team's bummed out, mostly because he was supposed to be their key informant. Back in London, MI6 is getting chewed out for the botched mission, and Rachel's in hot water for bailing on her post. The team meets at a diner to hash things out and speculate about the mystery girl who ruined their day. They're convinced she's part of the charter, this super secret group of elite agents. Rachel, of course, knows the truth but keeps quiet. Can't blow her cover over pancakes, after all. Later, Rachel's at home, going through footage from the bar where she saw Kia. Parker pops up during her swim and tries to rope her into teaming up to figure out who the girl is. She brushes him off, saying she's got brunch plans. Honestly, if brunch was an Olympic sport, spies would totally win gold. Afterward, Rachel heads to Charter HQ, where Evo greets her with her codename, Nine of Hearts. She meets with Nomad, who informs her that their next target is Kia Doan, the woman responsible for crashing the MI6 mission. Thanks to their advanced tech tool, the Heart, they know Kia is headed to the Club Moritz opening in Lisbon. The plan is to tip off MI6 and let them handle the capture, but Rachel is skeptical. Nomad and Jack, however, trust the Heart's 96% accuracy rate. Nomad cautions Rachel to keep her MI6 connections at a distance, as the charter operates in the shadows, cleaning up when governments fail. Rachel reassures them that her ties to MI6 are just part of her deep cover, likening it to wearing a bad disguise at a costume party. Later, Rachel hacks into Kia's system, directly asking her intentions, but Kia gives her the classic vague villain response. The following day, MI6 sets up a safe house in Lisbon, but things take a turn when a flashbang goes off and Parker is knocked out. 6 armed men storm in, but Bailey and Young fight back and tell Rachel to escape. Instead, she leaps into the battle, taking out the attackers and impressing her teammates. The team manages to escape in a van, with Rachel executing some impressive driving maneuvers to evade their pursuers. Once they're safe, MI6 demands to know Rachel's true identity. She reveals her affiliation with the Charter, shocking Young and Bailey. Then comes the bombshell. Parker has been working with Kia for 6 years and betrays the team, resulting in the deaths of Young and Bailey, a devastating turn of events. Earlier, Parker had shared his search for the Heart, a device capable of accessing vast global data and potentially controlling the world, with only someone from the Charter knowing its location. The situation escalated when Parker knocked Rachel unconscious, and she woke up groggy in the Charter's medical bay, where she found and removed a tracking device he had implanted in her shoulder. While Rachel discussed strategy with Nomad and Jack, she suggested temporarily shutting down the Heart to protect themselves from Parker and Kia. The guys disagreed, believing it was essential for resolving their issues. Nomad later reprimanded Rachel for her impulsive decisions, blaming her for the deaths of Young and Bailey, and ultimately decided to remove her from the team. On her way home, Rachel received a call from Kia, who mocked her dismissal. However, Rachel dropped a shocking revelation about Parker's involvement in Young and Bailey's deaths, leaving Kia stunned. Meanwhile, Nomad, also known as the King of Hearts, met with another king to discuss Parker's past, recalling a failed mission in Chechnya where Parker was the sole survivor after a deadly attack on his team. The others thought everyone was dead and destroyed their weapon stash, leaving Parker bitter towards the Charter for abandoning him. Parker and Kia attempted to steal the Heart, but Rachel confronted them, leading to a fierce fight. In the chaos, Kia grabbed the device, and they set explosives before escaping in a helicopter. Rachel managed to capture Kia during their flight, and after an explosion sent them both flying, they ended up stranded in the desert together. As they trekked through the desert, Rachel learned about Kia's mission to gather evidence against Karch, the man who tortured her parents. Karch had adopted Kia to cover his tracks, but she was determined to seek justice. Their journey took a turn when they were intercepted by a seemingly innocent woman who led them straight into Parker's armed goons. In a desperate attempt to escape the gunfire, Rachel dove into the water, leaving Kia vulnerable. Tragically, one of Parker's allies shot an innocent bystander during the chaos. When Rachel resurfaced, she was rescued by 6 of Hearts, sent by Nomad. They traveled to Iceland, where Parker and Kia were using the Heart to expose Karch's crimes. They captured live footage of the King of Diamonds entering an elevator with her family, and Parker coldly ordered his crew to drop the elevator, resulting in a tragic end for the King of Diamonds and innocent bystanders. Things intensified when Parker pinpointed the location of the King of Clubs and Nomad's crew, devising a plot to trap and eliminate them. With the King of Hearts and her team trapped in a bunker and running low on oxygen, the stakes were high. Kia confronted Parker about his ruthless intentions, but he was determined to use the Heart for global domination, convinced it was safer in their hands than with the Charter. Seizing an opportunity as the King of Clubs approached, Kia uploaded a failsafe to deactivate the Heart and messaged Rachel about their plan. However, disaster struck when the King of Clubs and his crew were obliterated in a massive explosion at their facility. With the Heart offline, Parker turned his attention to Kia, taking her hostage. Rachel contacted Nomad, who grimly informed her that they were running out of air. Time was of the essence, so Rachel raced to Kia's location and confronted Parker, who was using her as leverage. A tense standoff ensued, during which Kia managed to grab Parker's drop gun. Rachel took her shot, literally, shattering a glass barrier and leading to Parker's downfall. Their victory was short-lived, as Nomad and his team were still struggling for air and on the brink of unconsciousness. In a race against time, Rachel and Kia joined forces to use the Heart to save Nomad and the others. After a nail-biting wait, Nomad and his crew finally revived. A month later, the Charter was back in operation. Kia faced the consequences of her actions, but was eventually released. Reflecting on the loss of Bailey and Young, Rachel reached out to Kia, offering her a chance to join a new Charter team. She handed over a Joker card, inviting Kia to come along. With Jack at her side, they were set to tackle a new mission. Unlike her previous role at MI6, where she stayed safely in a van, Rachel was now in charge of field operations, while Jack and Kia provided backup from the vehicle.